Merry Christmas, boys and girls. I hope you have the happiest Christmas you've ever had this year. We're hoping for snow and a nice cold winter for a nice Christmas day. For right now, I'm going to read you The Night Before Christmas, my favorite book. Mrs. Claus brought this to me, and we're reading it here from the library. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were all nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads, and Mama in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled down for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters, and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave the luster of midday to objects below. Then, what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. With a little old driver, so quickly and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick. More rapid than eagles his courses they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall. Now dash away, dash away, dash away all. As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with the obstacle, mount to the sky, so up to the housetop the courses they flew, with a sleigh full of toys and St. Nicholas too. And then, in a twinkling, I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry, his cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bowl, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of the pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke, it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and he laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to work and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk, and laying his finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim as he drove out of sight, "Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night." Thank you for listening, and you have a very, very Merry Christmas.
Hello, boys and girls. It's so nice to see you. I have a story I'd like to read to you today. It's called The Mitten by Jan Brett. Once there was a boy named Nicky who wanted his new mittens made from wool as white as snow. At first, his grandmother did not want to knit white mittens. "If you drop them in the snow," she said, "you'll never find them." But Nicky wanted snow white mittens, and finally, Baba made them. There's Baba and Nicky. After she finished, she said, "When you come home, first I will look to see if you are safe and sound, but then I will look to see if you still have your new snow white mittens." So off Nicky went, and it wasn't long until one of those mittens dropped in the snow and was left behind. Can you see where the mitten is? Right there in the snow. A mole, tired from tunneling along, discovered the mitten, and he burrowed inside. It was cozy and warm and just the right size, so he decided to stay. It's a nice place for a mole to go. Soon a snowshoe rabbit came hopping by. He stopped for a moment to admire his winter coat. It was then that he saw the mitten, and when he wiggled in, feast first, the mole didn't think there was room for both of them. But when he saw the rabbit's big kickers, he moved right over. Rabbit would have kicked him with his feet. Next, a hedgehog came snuffling along. Having spent the day looking under wet leaves for things to eat, he decided to move into the mitten and warm himself. The mole and the rabbit were humped and bumped and jostled, but not being ones to argue with someone covered with prickles, they made room. And now look, there's 3 of them in there. As soon as the hedgehog disappeared into the mitten, a big owl, attracted by all the commotion, swooped down to see what was happening. When he decided to move in also, the mole, the rabbit, and the hedgehog grumbled. But when they saw the owl's glinty talons, they quickly let him in. What's happening to the mitten? Looks like it's getting bigger. Up through the snow appeared a badger. He eyed the mitten and began to climb in. The mole, the rabbit, the hedgehog, and the owl were not pleased. There was no room left, but when they saw his diggers, they gave him the thumb. And I don't know if you can see those diggers, but they're very sharp toenails. And they let him move in. It started snowing, but the animals were snug in the mitten. A waft of warm steam rose in the air, and a fox trotted by and stopped to investigate. Just the sight of the cozy mitten made him feel very drowsy. The fox poked his muzzle in. When the mole, the rabbit, the hedgehog, the owl, and the badger saw his shiny teeth, oh, they gave the fox lots of room. Holy mackerel. I don't know how they're all going to fit. A great bear lumbered by. He spied the mitten all plumped up. Not being one to be left out in the cold, he began to nose his way in. The animals were packed in as tightly as could be. But what animal would argue with a bear? The mitten swelled and it stretched. It pulled and it bulged to many times its size. But Baba's good knitting held fast. Along came a teeny tiny meadow mouse, no bigger than an acorn. She wriggled into the one space that was left and made herself comfortable right on top of the bear's nose. Can you see the little mouse? Right on the bear's nose. All of a sudden, the bear, tickled by the mouse's whiskers, gave an enormous sneeze. Achoo! And the force of the sneeze shot the mitten up into the sky and scattered the animals in all different directions. Everywhere they flew. On his way home, Nicky saw a white shape floating in the air in the distance. It was his lost mitten, silhouetted against the blue sky. Oh my goodness, I wonder if he even noticed that he'd lost his mitten. As he ran to catch his snow-white mitten, he saw Baba's face in the window. First, she looked to see if he was safe and sound, and then, when she saw that he still had his new mittens, she put a smile on her face. And there he is, catching that mitten. And there's Baba, looking at the pair of mittens she knit, and wondering, why is this mitten so much bigger than the other one? You know why now. And that's the end of our story. Thank you, boys and girls, for listening. And I just want to remind you, it's Christmas time. Be very kind to one another, and Santa will come see you soon. Bye now.
Go back to your dance spot! It's the most wonderful time of the year. There'll be much mistletoeing and hearts will be glowing when loved ones are near. It's the most wonderful time. Yes, the most wonderful time. Oh, the most wonderful time of the year. Yeah, pick up those keys. Now sing! I want it. Shake your hips. Heel toe.
Don't wanna know, dinky dinky toy. I want a hippopotamus to play with and enjoy. I want a hippopotamus
I still have the keys. Do you want them?
jingle, jingle, the bells that'll tingle all your troubles away. Everybody's waiting for the man with the bag. Christmas is coming again.
Good job, boys.
Well, he's got a sleigh full, it's not gonna stay full. He's got stuff to chop at every stop of the way. Everybody's waiting for the man with the bag. Christmas is coming again. He'll be here with the answer to the prayers that you've made through the years. And you'll
Slade's girl, move out.
Joyful and triumphant. Oh, come ye, to Bethlehem. Come and behold him,
Coops, move it.
born the King of angels. Oh, come let us adore him. Oh, come let us adore him. Oh, come let us adore Sing, choirs of angels, sing in exaltation. Oh, sing, all ye citizens of heaven above. Glory to God, oh, glory in the highest. Oh, come, oh, come, let us adore
Five, six, seven, to the front, to the side. Tap dance? Jazz dance? I love you guys. Mia's group, you guys need to take 3 giant steps out. That's perfect right there.
Rocking around the Christmas tree at the Christmas party hop. Mistletoe hung
Keep it going to the gazebo! Say Santa's here!
Hi, Santa.
Hey, don't block Santa. Turn this way. Yeah. All right. Big smile.
Give everybody an opportunity to take some photos, some videos.
Look right here, Scarlett.
Yeah, we smile. Hey, you smile. See the smiling eyes. Great. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas, Santa.
And we're starting to get a few snowflakes, so it's starting to look a lot like Christmas. Well, I want to welcome everyone to Miracle on Main Street. You know, as skinny down version as we can be, with all masked up and all that stuff. Thank you for coming, and thank you for participating. Thank you for supporting Festival Fredonia. Just keep in mind that we still have masks for sale, both for the Small Business Revolution to support the Chamber, and Festival Fredonia masks to support Festival Fredonia. And we also have a commemorative 2020 My Fredonia, hashtag My Fredonia Small Business Revolution ornament for sale for $10 to support the Chamber of Commerce as well. So everybody, welcome here tonight. Merry Christmas to everyone. Have a great, safe holiday season. And who wants to do a 10-second countdown? I'll light the tree right now. All right, girls.
Yeah, after the 10 seconds though, everyone has to yell out as loud as you can, Merry Christmas, or it never works.
Ready? 10,
9, 8.